This is Mr. Bridger, and he's a horse I'm extremely happy to have in my barn right now. He is a 16 two-hand 2014, so that makes him an 11-year-old thoroughbred gelding by English Channel. And I've been lucky enough to know quite a few English channels now, and there's yet to be one that I didn't just love. And this horse is absolutely no exception to that. He is so talented and so fun to ride and just a total gentleman to have and to be around. So he is cool because he's had so much life experience. He's a retired steeplechase horse, and he's also an extremely experienced staff fox hunting horse. And obviously, he's not going back to steeplechasing. He's not going back to racing. But I could totally see him resuming life as a fox hunter. I could also see him, giving eventing a crack or continuing on with the jumper career that he started with his previous owner. This horse just oozes talent, and he's just so cool to ride. He's a really nice mix of forward thinking, beautiful mover, but quiet in his brain and just extremely reasonable and a really fun horse to ride. Obviously, he's a fantastic jumper, and he's what you would expect from a steeplechase horse, just super brave, always going, always thinking forward to the jumps. Just a really fun horse to have and to be around. So he has spent the last year with actually a professional dressage rider who obviously put tons of work into his flat work, but she actually got him because she wanted to dabble in jumping again. And so she did a bunch of little jumper shows with him and really got him going in the jump ring. Of course, he's got tons of jump experience, but that's all out on the steeplechase course and out fox hunting. So she puts some stadium jumping miles on him, and I do have video of that. It's linked to his YouTube playlist. And she's a professional dressage rider. So I think that at the end of the day, she has a full string of upper level dressage horses and clients, and I think it was just a little too much to try and balance bringing this horse along as a jumper and getting him out to all the things she would like to get him out to, and also maintain her string of dressage horses and clients. So he is looking for his new human, and someone is going to be extremely lucky to get him because he is a pleasure to ride and to be around. So this is his very first ride at my place. He came on Wednesday and today's Friday. So he's been here for 2 days, and he's never been in my ring before. But obviously he's a professional, and he's been all over the place and done a million things. So you would not expect that to be an issue, and it certainly wasn't. So he just came out here to my ring for the first time today. I got right on, and literally, we started videoing him about 20 seconds after I picked up the trot on him because it was just so lovely right from the second that I picked up the reins. And so obviously he's got lovely movement, nicely balanced, makes a gorgeous shape. Like so many of these guys, the left is his easier direction. He just finds the left bend more natural. So going to the right is always a little bit tougher for him. You're always having to work a little bit more on a thought of shoulder in and getting him to supple to the right. But it's not it's not like it is an extreme problem. It's just a fact that most horses have one side that they find easier and one side that they find a little bit more difficult. But he certainly gave me some nice work to the right. And so he's going in just a loose ring snaffle, and he's got a figure eight on. And that certainly felt like a pretty good setup for him today. I don't think I'm going to change that, not right away at least. I'm always sort of tinkering, but that felt like good, appropriate gear for him, so we'll keep that on for now. And here he gave me some nice steps to the right. So it's really hot, it's really humid, the flies are terrible. He had a fly on his shoulder there, so we stopped so that I could help him get the flies off his shoulder. So this horse has a big, powerful canter, as you would expect from a steeplechase horse. I actually was lucky enough to do his first ride when he came through Benchmark Sport Horses last year. So I've sat on him once before, and so it was cool to sit on him a year later and to feel the progress in him, which was huge, as you would expect with the level of rider that he's been with over the past year. And his canter is so much more balanced, so much more within himself. Obviously, it's extremely uphill and athletic, and all the things you want in a horse that's going to hunt down the next fence for you. So I haven't ridden him in over a year, and I'd only ridden him the one time anyway. So I definitely need a little bit of time to get to learn him better. I thought that this ride was great. I was thrilled with him. This was a super, first ride at a new farm with a new person. He was fabulous. There are things that obviously I want to work on and get a little bit better as we get to know each other. But I couldn't have been more happy with him this morning. He gave me some really nice trot work after he came out of that left canter. I definitely started a little conservatively on him. I wanted to make sure that I had the softness. But after he cantered, we had still had the softness, and then I was able to sort of open him up a little bit more, come more forward. He felt like he had some really nice swing. He felt relaxed in his jaw and across his top line. I mean, if you look at the expression on his face, his ears are perked but relaxed, and he felt great. Some really nice steps here. I really like that shape that he's giving me, and I was making sure that I was spending a lot of time giving the inside rein and then giving the outside rein, and just making sure that he's staying supple and carrying himself. And so, of course, the right is his more challenging direction. So, of course, the right canter is going to be a little bit more difficult for him. But he gives me some good steps. Not bad for, a horse that I don't know and who doesn't know me yet. Lots of room for improvement, and we will get it better. But I'm very happy with him. He's a really cool, fun horse to sit on. You can just tell that he is a brave, confident type of horse. So I think my plan for the short term here is I'll probably ride him once over the weekend, and then I think I'm gonna have Alyssa sit on him next week. I think that'll be fun for her, and it'll just be cool to see him go with a young rider on his back and see how that is. I'm sure it's gonna go great. I wouldn't let her sit on him if I didn't think it was gonna go well. And then I do have footage of him jumping with his previous owner, but of course we will do some of our own jumping in the next week or so also. So after we do our right canter, I've got some 20 seconds or so of walking. He has a fantastic walk. He walks with a ton of swing and with intention. And then there's some footage of him on cross ties in the barn as he gets ready. And this horse is just absolutely impeccably, perfectly behaved on the ground. He is a total gentleman and a professional about everything. So he's really a love to have in the barn.